Hello and welcome everybody. In the last days there were several discussions about whether the ladder runewords can also be built in non-ladder in the next season or not. In addition, there are interesting speculations about future content of Diablo 2 Resurrected. So it will be exciting till the end. Let's get started. Since the upcoming season was announced without the PTR test, it is likely that there won't be any major changes. Probably a smaller update with some fixes and minor changes will be released. As soon as there is more information, I'll tell you of course. It's pretty sure that there won't be any new runewords, so the question is, will the ladder runewords from Season 3 stay ladder only for now, or can they be built in non-ladder too then? So let's take a look at the facts. In the old Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction, it was like this. There are the so-called original runewords, which came into play with Lord of Destruction, e.g. Ancient's Pledge, Lionheart and a few others. At that time, runewords were not very strong and runes were not worth as much as they are nowadays. A weapon runeword that was sometimes used in the past is Fury. Due to the chance of deadly strike and minus target defense, it was interesting for PvP. But the damage is not comparable to today's standard. Remember, at that time, blue weapons were used often to get high damage values, and magic body armors were best in slot for many builds. This changed when on October the 28th of 2003, patch version 1.10 brought a huge package of runewords to the game. For the first time, characters got the possibility to use non-class skills as if they had them in their skill tree, e.g. with CTA or Enigma. At the same time, the Diablo clone event and the unique small charm came into the game. The idea to sell Stones of Jordan to merchants is based on the intention to do something against the many duped SOJs that were in circulation. If you remember, the worth of items was measured in SOJs that days. With patch 1.10, also the differentiation between ladder and non-ladder runewords was implemented. Almost half of the new runewords were only available to ladder players, as an additional incentive to the ladder rankings. Items like Spirit Shields, 40 armors, Grief or Last Wish were typical ladder only runewords that could only be built in ladder mode. When the ladder season was over, the characters and their items became non-ladder, and the ladder only runewords then could be traded expensively. So there always was an incentive for players to build a lot of popular ladder runewords during a season and then sell them in non-ladder. By the way, with patch 1.10, a few new unique items came into play which also dropped in ladder mode only, e.g. Andy's face. A few seasons later, patch version 1.11 was released on August the 13th of 2005. Here some new mid-game runewords came into the game, but the 1.10 ladder runewords remained ladder only. And this is still the case. If you play the old Diablo 2 in closed BattleNet today, you still can't build a Spirit Shield in non-ladder. By the way, with patch 1.11 the Pandemonium event and the Hellfire Torches also came into the game, colloquially called the Übertristram event. The following patch versions were only containing minor adjustments and fixes. The item pool and the differentiation of ladder only items has not changed until today. However, when Diablo 2 Resurrected was released about 1.5 years ago on August the 13th of 2021, there was no ladder season at first. Season 1 finally started on April the 28th of 2022. Since it would have been stupid to play the entire pre-season without items like Spirit or Grief, the distinction between ladder and non-ladder items was cancelled, with the announcement that new content will come which will be ladder exclusive again. No sooner said than done, patch version 2.4 and the first season have put a few new popular runewords into play, like Flickering Flame or Plague. Also the skill trees were massively reworked so that many new builds became playable. The new runewords were ladder only again, according to the old concept. In Season 2, no new runewords were added by patch 2.5, but the colorful Thunder Charms that were also ladder exclusive for that season. The terror zones, which no one wants to miss again, have been activated in both ladder and non-ladder. The 2.4 runewords remained ladder only, so non-ladder players couldn't build them, but they could get some copies that were built in the first season by trading. At the beginning of 2023, the current patch version 2.6 and the third season added a few new ladder only runewords again. The Claw runeword Mosaic has turned out to be very popular, but also Metamorphosis, Cure and Bulwark are quite useful. The 2.4 runewords can be built in non-leather since then, and Thunder Charms now also drop in non-leather terror zones. Since no new runewords have been announced for Season 4, it is logical to assume that the 2.6 runewords will stay leather only. Therefore it makes sense to build as many popular runewords as possible in the final phase of the ladder. When they become non-leather, you can sell them with profit. So before you just let your bases and runes become non-leather, build some Mosaic Claws, Hustle Weapons and Armors, or Bulwark, Cure and Metamorphosis helmets out of them. Finally, a few words about possible future content for Diablo 2 Resurrected. I've already talked several times about how great it would be to rework some unique items and make them more competitive to runewords again, e.g. unique armors like Arcane's Valor and Turail's Might, or weapons like Grandfather and Windforce. A rework of many unique items has already been done in the dark past from patch version 1.08 to 1.09. The veterans among you will surely remember. Another rework would definitely bring more variety into the game, and rewriting a few game files is definitely no big deal. But what makes some effort is of course the planning. Which units should get an update and which not, and how exactly should the changes look like. Here of course a good balancing is very important. Fortunately this topic is not only present in my head. In the Blizzard forums, concrete proposals are already discussed since October 22, with the intention that these will hopefully be implemented for Season 5. Since this topic is very popular and gets new posts every day, Blizzard will certainly not miss that. And with the previous changes that have become real since Resurrected, Blizzard also has oriented on the fans' wishes. By the way, not only unique items are topic here, but also crafting recipes and much more. Especially interesting are some ideas about bases. You could make mace weapons more attractive by making runewords like Grief or Beast available for them. Slight adjustments to the basic item types could also help to increase the variance of played weapons. Talking about one-handed weapons, faceblades or berserker axes are used in most cases. So if there was an additional equivalent option, I would certainly appreciate it. What about you? Do you think we will see some relevant innovations again for Season 5? Under this aspect, it would be only half as bad if nothing new comes in Season 4. And considering the fact that Diablo 4 is just around the corner, it's kinda understandable if there are no great changes in Season 4 right now. Write your opinion in the comments. I say goodbye, take care and may the loot be with you.
Come on. Follow me.